Hello, I'm James, the voice behind these stories. It is often said that some people are born into greatness, while some achieve theirs by their mere human efforts. This wonderful story is about Sandra, the lady that became a boss at the age of 20. Do not forget, this is the secret. Sandra is a young, pretty Mexican, the first in a family of three. The death of her father at the age of 7 changed her story and that of the family totally. The mother is a minimum wage earner who works in a warehouse as a storekeeper. The mother is a middle-aged woman who has made up her mind to give her kids the best love. She vowed not to allow her children fill the vacuum created by the death of her husband. This made her to do extra works at the workplace to sustain the family. But Sandra feels bad seeing the sweet mom go through all this just to make them happy. This bothered her much. She would always withdraw to a silent place to think on a way to assist the mother. Considering her age and school demands, she could barely come up with something tangible. On one of the days, she was going to the workplace of the mom to assist her as she normally does. And coincidentally, she met an advert for the position of a receptionist in an automobile factory. Her attention was drawn to that, but she knew the mom would not allow her to combine her education with any time-consuming work. Even at that, she went forward and applied for the work, and she was taken finally. When she finally told the mom, she vehemently refused, but she was determined. Alice knows all her kids. When she saw how determined Sandra was, she gave up. She was to work for 6 hours in the night. She had only off on Sundays. One thing Sandra was not really quite sure of was how to combine her tedious school engagements with working in such a company at night. Sandra is an automobile engineering student in her second year. She would not like anything to come against her desire of being an automobile engineer, though the love of the mother was stronger. She was barely 3 weeks in the company when she made a landmark research and came up with a wonderful result in the company. The company had been battling with coupling one of the new machines brought for them from Germany. Many of the engineers invited to help for the machine left unsuccessful. When Sandra heard the story, she dared to fix the machine. Though she was really too unsure of what to do, but she had to go beyond her potentials. Within a few days of working on the machine, the news came that she has put the machine together. And what was even more marveling was that the machine functioned better than others that had already been fixed earlier before she arrived in the company. And this was how her story got changed. She was immediately promoted and given days off within which she could be able to meet with her studies. Well, a lot of us actually see ourselves in demanding situations that either make us or mar us. However, the golden question is, how really do we respond to these situations? This has been proven to be the greatest secrets of highly successful persons of the society, and we are going to share with you today the 5 secrets of highly successful members and persons of the society. Number 1 is to go beyond your potentials. Each and every one of us is gifted by God in a very special way. We are made in a different way. We have our potentials, our strengths, and weaknesses. Successful persons tend to go beyond these potentials. In the story just presented to us, we see Sandra going beyond her potential, trying to expand what she can really do, trying not to create a boundary in her potential, trying not to create a limit in what she can actually do. A highly successful person will have a mindset to go and take the risk and expand his or her potential. Number 2 is to believe in yourself. A person that believes in himself has a lot of success story to share. He has no doubts. He has no fear. He has no limit to what he can do with his potential. A lot of people actually have doubts in what they can do. But then in the case of Sandra, the doubt was not entertained. So even if the doubt comes, do not give the doubt a room to ruin your potential. Number 3 is to leave your comfort zones. So many of us are actually in our comfort zones, pleasure, and pleasure all the time. From party to dinner, from dinner to all sorts of pleasurable activity. These are time-taking events, and they seem to take you away from your targets. They take you away from your goals, and they limit your potentials. Number 4 is to make great circle of friends. An old adage always said that if you tell me your friend, I will tell you whom you are. The greater number of your success story comes from the number of friends you have and the type of friends and the type of people you keep. A person that keeps thieves as friends will always be involved in stories that are related to criminality. A person that keeps successful members of the society as a friend will always be linked with successful story. And these are the people that can actually come to help you when you need a capital intensive project. So make a great circle of friends that can actually serve as a motivation, a friend that can actually serve as a spur for action, friends that are a kind of a committee that push you to work to achieve your goals, and finally, never lack information. Knowledge is power, and ignorance hinders a lot of things. So many persons have lost so many chances and opportunities of being in different places to just lack of information. Come to think of it, without being aware of the advertisements in the factory needing a receptionist, Sandra wouldn't have applied for the post of a receptionist. And then the opportunity of being a receptionist that will in the future be promoted to a boss within a month will not be there. And that is tantamount to lack of information. We have the gadgets that are available to make this information available to us. We have our phones, we have our computers, we have our radios, we have our televisions. What we do with these gadgets matters a lot in our life. Always use these gadgets each and every day of your life to source for resourceful information that will help to boost your success story in your life. Always use this gadget at least 30 minutes every day to seek for knowledgeable information. And this is where we have to guard against unhealthy information, because a lot of information are actually in the internet. So as you use your gadgets, use it with utter maturity. Thank you for watching and visiting our channel. If you actually enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you are yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, please subscribe to the channel and click on the notification button so that whenever we drop our new video, you will always be the first person to be notified. Bear in mind that we are not just telling stories, but we are changing lives. Truly, you are not alone in your problems.